Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Studio Series number 84 Bumblebee Movie Deluxe Ironhide figure. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to unbox him live in a second, have a look at the entire contents of the packaging. We'll then have a detailed look at him in both of his modes to help you decide how you want to display him. We can then do a quick comparison with him and the original owner of his mould. We can then do some more comparisons and I suppose more, to be honest, display ideas with some other figures that are in exactly the same toy line and indeed the same movie. For a bit of fun, we can do a comparison with him and his original Generation 1 self. As I said, just for a bit of fun. But then we can do, I suppose, a little bit more serious one and see how this version compares with one of the latest versions of his Generations release as well. So as you can see, quite a lot to get through with this video. So as I'm putting all these back, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to this channel, if they'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really will help me out. Now, before we open the box up, we're going to do two things. One, we're going to have a quick look at the, I was going to say artwork on it, but this is obviously it looks like an actual image from the movie. I'm trying to remember it, but it's definitely not artwork. It's a computer generated image at least, and it, as I say, probably is from the movie, let's be honest. And there it is, zoomed in from the front. I need to watch the Bumblebee movie again. It is so good. We can see he's number 84, and there again we've got a picture of him on the side. Now also, before we cut him open, I need to thank Robot Recruits, and that is the online company in the UK that I purchased pretty much all of my newer figures from. And as you can see, they got this to me nice and safely. So let's have a look inside. We know we're going to have a backdrop, which is the same one always, because that's where all these are coming from. There's the gun. There's not too much hanging out the back. Something's come off, but he looks okay and intact to me in there. Here is the proper backdrop coming out, obviously. And I say this quite a lot as well. It's good to see these are nice and robust, totally different to the Netflix Teletran pieces that we got. We've got some instructions, and I think we've got the safety bits that have fallen out there. So what I need to do is set him free from there and then come back with some first impressions. Okay, so I've set him free from the packaging. We've got the backdrop there, the proper one, as I say, the war-torn Cybertron one that we see for all of the, I suppose, figures from the beginning of the movie. We've got the instructions, we've got the large blaster, which is just a redeco of Ratchet's, and of course we've got Ironhide. And already I'm liking him. I think he looks good. I like the translucent blue plastic in there. It looks very good, to be honest. The detail on the head sculpt is, if I can get it in close enough, is very good. Look at that. You can see, you can even make out the eyes in there. You've got the lovely silver detail. Looks like there's light piping as well at the back. He's got his nice big round shoulders. Yes, again, of course, it is the redeco of the Ratchet mold. Articulation wise, he's got loads. The head, you can see, is on a ball all the way around, up and down. Shoulders will go all the way around to the side. Did they get caught there? Oh no, they will go all the way around. They'll go out to the side. There's rotation, and the bicep just underneath. There's flexion. There isn't a wrist swivel. It does go back, but that is for transformation purposes. The hips are on what look to be huge ball and sockets, but they're not. But they've got full range of motion out to the side, front, etc. Knee bend, ankle tilt and rock. And then there's a little thing that you can do as well. You can slightly untab the chest piece here. There you go, only slightly, so you can see, you can't even tell it's done it. And then this will give him a tilt as well, see? So you can add that in if you wanted to. If you want to, you can just clip it back in. Let's see if I can get it. There you go, you heard that click. And of course he won't do that, but otherwise very articulate. Again, the blue looks really good. I hope this camera's doing it some justice. Okay, there are some gaps in the back of the legs, and there's going to be some gaps on the inside of the forearms inside there, but otherwise not too bad. This is a shiny reflective silver rather than your darker dull gunmetal grey that's there. And again, I think he looks really good, to be honest. Again, I can't argue or hide the fact that there are these gaps on the back and in the back of his forearm. And I have heard reports that he's got quite loose joints, but mine, he seems to be okay. Right, what we're going to do now then, we're going to come back, he's going to be in his alternate mode, and we can see how he looks in that mode. Okay, we're back and he's in his alternate mode, and a quick apologies for no transformation process on this video. That is for a couple of reasons. One is to keep the main length of the video down, and two is because I know it's a new figure and I know that some people really like the challenge of the puzzle of doing the transformation process for themselves for the first time. So I don't want to spoil it for people who don't want to see it. However, if you do want to see it, it has been uploaded in a separate video, and in all honesty, it is a very complex but very satisfying transformation process, and I've got much better at it since using Ratchet as well. So I've done quite a descriptive video if you'd like to see that. In the meantime, the alternate mode is a bit, I'm neither here nor there with the alternate mode. I like the bit at the front. I've said that a couple of times, obviously, when it is his chest. What I mean by this is, I suppose because in the movie there was no alternate mode ever seen, so they pretty much picked obviously what they want. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I think they've had to pick something obviously with regarding how he looked in robot mode and just come up with something that, you know, it's okay. It is pretty good. Could it be better? We don't know, because of course the main thing is for the robot mode. You can, however, though, take the enormous gun that comes with him, attach this to the back, and something as simple as that makes it look so much better. With regards to the actual alternate mode itself, you can see they've painted the red on the inside there. I don't know why, but not on here. The wheels, as you can see, go around no problem unaided. Again, I've pointed out this bit when he was in robot mode, but I do really like it. And all around here, everything tucks away quite neatly, to be honest. Yes, you can tell that's his head and maybe that's his forearms, but again, the transformation process, it swings in, it swings out, it twists, it turns. It's a great little puzzle. With regards to how he looks on his backdrop, I don't think I know anybody. Please leave me a comment if you're one of the people who can completely prove me wrong, who would display their figures in the alternate mode on the particular backdrop. I'd love to know, to be honest. Right, what I'm going to do, again, this is just for a bit of fun. This is his original Generation 1 toy, and again, you can see that's the reason why I want to do it. There's the lovely little homage there with the yellow stripe, but that's obviously about it. It's a good toy though, as I say. It is a good toy, and again, we don't really know exactly what the alternate mode is, but for now it'll look good. But it looks way better in robot mode, which is where we're going to come right back to now and see him in that mode again. Okay then, back for the final time so we can do some more comparisons, display ideas, and see how he looks with his accessories, but also because this is the mode that I'm going to be choosing to be displaying him in as well. So the good thing about his gun is, if you wanted to, you can also store this. There's a big cutout there on the back, so you could store this either way around. I don't think it looks anywhere near as good like that, or maybe like this. This tends to look a little bit better, I think. Oh, which way did I have it? Let me get it right. There we go. So you can store it behind him. It doesn't look too good. It doesn't look too bad either. I suppose it's a meh. Again, I'm neither pleased or not pleased. I think it definitely deserves and should be held in his hand and fully posed. But the other good thing is, because of how big it is, you can do exactly what they've done on the box. You can use both arms, can you? Let's have a look. Can we use both arms? And maybe he does have a few loose joints, to be honest. Now I'm finding out after transforming him a couple of times. What I'm trying to replicate is this picture here on the box there, where it looks like he's got it in two hands. It is, as I say, a huge, sort of, yeah, they are quite loose, aren't they? If I put him on his stand here, there we go. You can see how he looks. Not too bad. And I think what we're going to do now then, let's do some comparisons and some display ideas. So first and foremost, not really a comparison, it's a let's see the original owner of the mold, so we can see the subtle few differences. Of course, obviously the paint job, the head sculpt. Oh, these aren't turned around either. And just as I say, a few small things which you can see. I like it though. Again, it looks good, and I've mentioned this before in a few of my other videos, and I definitely think this is true. I think what they've managed to do with these figures is bridge the gap. I know some people will still disagree with me. Some people will be like, no, I don't like it, it's a movie figure. But I think because they've given him the G1 look, they've managed to sort of bridge that gap between the movie figures. And indeed, as I said, I think they're not Generations figures. You can tell they're movie figures, but they do look very, very good. Right, so you can see how he's looking there with a load of Autobots. In fact, it's going to be better if Brawn fits there. Yeah, just about, you can see. And then let's see how he compares Unfortunately, at the time of making this video, I typically don't have Studio Series 86 Ironhide. The latest version that I do have is the Earthrise version of him. I believe they're quite similar heights anyway. And then again, just purely for a bit of fun, here is G1 Ironhide with a third-party head. So you can see huge improvements in these figures down the toy line. With regards to how I know this isn't from the same movie, but just regards to core class figures, he displays really well, to be fair. I like him. I think he's good. And again, it's definitely got me back into buying the movie figures because of these. So I think that's where I'm going to wrap this up. I would recommend him if you haven't got him, if you haven't got Ratchet, or if you're trying, of course, to recreate that amazing battle scene from the beginning of the Bumblebee movie. Let me know what you think of him in the comments, and take care.